Trinity High School is not structured like any other high school really in the Louisville area. Their house system really makes it unique. I'm with James Tora, the Director of Admissions. We're going to get to the house system and everything and all the activities you have to offer in just a second. But first, many parents and children right now are in that position where they are looking at high schools. They're in the 8th grade and they're thinking about where to go. So where are you seeing young men enroll from when they come to Trinity?
It is that time of year, especially when 8th grade families and students are visiting for shadow days, parent meetings, all these different types of things. And I'm guessing that this class is going to be just like all those that came before them. They're going to come from 70 plus different grade schools. They're coming from the local Catholic schools, local public schools, the surrounding counties, other private schools. And what that does is it brings this diversity in many different ways to our campus, which we think is an enormous strength of our school. It's been our mission right from day one to open our doors wide and get the widest array of students academically, diversely, of any student body in town. So that's what our goal is.
Once a student and the parents make that big decision and they know I'm coming to Trinity, that transition period, that can be kind of tough. I went through it myself, and you all make it really easy. I mean, from the parents to getting the students assimilated, kind of talk about that process.
Sure, and that's going to start the morning of the placement test, you know, because when they take that placement test on December 11th, they're going to be considered part of our class of 2026, part of that Trinity family, and so are our parents. You know, they're actually going to have their first parent meeting that day. And then from there, we have a series of events throughout the winter, the spring, to help our students start to feel like they belong here at Trinity. There'll be a house sorting day, end of April or early May, where they'll come on campus and find out which one of the houses they're in. There's a series of camps all throughout the summer, academic, athletic. At the end of July, we'll have orientation weeks where they'll come on, all our incoming students will come on campus for 2 hours a day, figure out where they're going to class, how to open a locker, how to tie a tie, how to get into their technology accounts. All of that will happen before they step foot on campus the first day of school. So when they do that, they're going to feel confident, and their parents feel comfortable too.
You mentioned the house system. People might be thinking, what in the world is that? And then how does that add to their experience here?
So what we do, you know, when you have this vast array of students coming in, one of the biggest things that we know is we have to bring them together as one Trinity class and part of this Trinity family and community very quickly, and that's what the house system does. We have 10 of these houses on campus, and think of them as smaller communities. And the neat thing about each one of these houses or communities is it's across grade and learning levels. So in each house, there's everything from freshmen to seniors and guys from all 4 academic programs. So what that does is it brings them together in this smaller community that breaks down those divides that you sometimes see, and they get the chance to meet and interact with guys they'd never crossed paths with. Freshmen with juniors, sophomores with seniors, they're making those bonds, and they're having a little fun along the way too. They're getting engaged in all these different events and contests and competitions. So it gives them a community, but also gets them engaged, and that's really important to help them make that smooth transition.
And outside of school, there are so many different activities. My mind's blown just when I went to the website. I mean, talk about that. I mean, that you want the young men to get involved in all these activities, and there are a lot.
Absolutely. We want to make it hard for guys to just go home at 3 o'clock. We want them to come and get the best academic experience they can, but when we want them to be able to find where their niches, where they fit in after school. For some, that might be the robotics club that was going on yesterday. For some, it might be esports or the culinary club that has a meeting that's coming up. There's academic clubs, there's special interest clubs, there's intramurals on top of all the athletics that you hear about a lot. So,
even a ski club, and it doesn't even snow much here, but you can ski here.
Exactly. There's so many different opportunities between all the house things, the clubs, the activities, the intramurals that we offer, and then all the athletics. It's really hard for our students not to fit in someplace and figure out where do they belong and where is that group of friends that they're going to build that connection with.
Absolutely. All right. If you would like to schedule your visit, a shadow date, or to learn more on how your son can be great at Trinity, just go to trinityrocks.com.